San Diego, the baseball world measured the Padres' progress this season by noting the big-name players they would be putting on the field every night. Manny Machado is at third, top prospect Fernando Tatis Jr. is at short, and Wil Myers is back where he's comfortable in left field. San Diego, the baseball world measured the Padres' progress this season by noting the big-name players they would be putting on the field every night. Manny Machado is at third, top prospect Fernando Tatis Jr. is at short, and Wil Myers is back where he's comfortable in left field. The biggest sign of improvement in San Diego, however, might be the players who aren't on the field at all, at least not at first pitch. "We've got guys on the bench that can start for other major league clubs," said manager Andy Green, before reflecting back to his first 3 seasons on the job. "That was never the case. I mean, that wasn't even close to the case. 2 years ago, the Padres managed to complete a full season with 3 Rule 5 picks on their big league roster. They opened the year with 4 catchers. Now, Hunter Renfroe, Franchy Cordero and Francisco Mejia sat for 2 games before they were inserted into the lineup Saturday. Franmil Reyes, Manuel Margot and Austin Hedges gave way. A regular rotation should persist throughout the year. Perhaps the most important aspect of the Padres' deep bench is the purpose each player serves. The breakdown is pretty simple. In the infield, Greg Garcia will come off the bench infrequently. He's there to serve in an emergency capacity behind Machado, Tatis, Ian Kinsler and Eric Hosmer, though he might get a start or 2 against right-handed pitching. In the outfield and behind the plate, the philosophy is a whole lot different. "We've got 5 really good outfielders," Green said. Quote, "There's just going to be a rotation with these guys that keeps them fresh, keeps them locked in. We'll do our dead-level best to put them in positions where we think they'll be successful." Case in point, Margot, Cordero and Reyes. The righty hitting Margot started in center against 2 left-handers on Thursday and Friday. Cordero, who struggles against lefties but rakes against righties, will get plenty of starts against right-handers. It's a pretty basic platoon. But the Padres sacrifice a lot defensively when they leave Margot on the bench. So Green made it clear that in late and close situations where the Padres lead, center field still belongs to Margot. Cordero will either slide to right field and replace Reyes, or he'd come off the bench to do so. Behind the plate, the playing time split isn't as simple. Hedges will get the bulk of the reps. Mejia, MLB Pipeline's number 26 overall prospect, wouldn't have been promoted if he were going to sit 6 days a week. There's no real platoon advantage in either case. The righty-hitting Hedges has reverse splits and the switch-hitting Mejia has always been much better against left-handers. Green indicated he'll make that decision on a day-to-day basis. But the mere fact that the Padres have 2 quality catching options is a change from the past. It's especially important considering the shift within the sport toward a 2-catcher system. Last season only 1 catcher, the Cubs' Wilson Contreras, caught 3/4 of his team's innings. "I couldn't speak to that for other clubs," Green said. "We have 2 guys we love. If that eliminates somebody from the batting title, we're not that worried about it. Our guys are both really good, and they're both going to be good complements to one another. In a long season, that kind of depth might go a long way." Noteworthy, the Padres designated outfielder Socrates Brito for assignment 3 days after they claimed him off waivers from the D-backs. That means Brito is set to go through waivers again, though the Padres are hopeful he'll clear this time and they can stash him at AAA. "We took him because we like him," Green said. "We'd love to have him. He's very athletic and provides even more depth to a deep outfield. As you found out last year, guys get hurt, things happen where your outfield thins really fast. If you've got a really good athlete that can play all over the outfield, that's a great thing to have." The move cleared space for Saturday's starter Nick Margevicius to have his contract selected. Right-hander Chris Paddock, MLB Pipeline's No. 33 overall prospect, is slated to make his major league debut Sunday. He will throw to Hedges, who has caught his fair share of big league debuts in his career. "I'm about as excited as I could be to catch a guy's first outing," Hedges said. Anytime he's been asked to step up and rise to the occasion, he does it. Hosmer, who batted fifth in the first 2 games of the season, jumped into the no-2 spot Saturday. Green hinted that's where Hosmer will generally hit against right-handers, 1 place ahead of Machado. AJ Casabell covers the Padres for MLB.com. Follow him on Twitter at @AjCasabell. Read more: San Diego Padres hunter Renfroe, Francisco Mejia, Franchy Cordero.